going hard in a wild twisted maze. Leather, steel and fire, the open roads are thrown. By your life televised, we're breaking every bone. Adrenaline surges, brace off the fall. Hitting it with HardWire. Hear the engine scream. Living fast and reckless, this is our metal dream. Riding hard, never slowing. In the spotlight we shine. A biker's brutal journey. This life is ours divine. With HardWire, the crowd screams our name. Chasing down the shadows, we're addicted to the fame. Chains rattling loud, the brotherhood's alive. Every episode turns up, we're here to survive. From dusk till dawn, we're the kings of this brew. Hitting it with HardWire. Hear the engine scream. Living fast and reckless, this is our metal dream. Riding hard, never slowing. In the spotlight we shine. A biker's brutal journey. This life is ours divine. On the edge of chaos, we embrace the feel. Hitting it with HardWire, we'll always be here.
Hey, welcome to Hittin It with HardWire. Where I'm HardWire, the guy that's got the memory of a goldfish. I come home. I got home about 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I go, I got to do my show in an hour. I better set an alarm. And I forgot to set my alarm, and I forgot. I forgot. Give me 45 minutes, and I can forget anything. Oh shit. Hopefully there's still a few of you left anyway. It said 8 when I started. Now it says 7. Like fucking, and I come on and somebody left. Like, fuck this shit. Well, thank you, those of you that stuck around, and those of you seen the pop up that I started the show and come in and all that and this and that. I appreciate it. I do apologize again for having to move the show to Monday. The only day I usually, I tell everybody that the day that I want to be my day, that doesn't work very good either, does it? This works because it's not in my face. The day I want to be my day is Sunday. And they made something for Sunday, which irritates me, but it is what it is. This weekend I have something going on Saturday. That'll be poker run day for my cousin that passed away, and that will be this weekend. So Saturday I will be at a poker run. Sunday, hopefully they don't make our get meeting or whatever everybody calls it something different. But I won't say anything else. I can't give anything away. What's up, Carney? But yes, hopefully they don't make that for Sunday this week. Because nobody gives a shit what I got going on Sunday. Believe that. What's up, Soundproof? This past weekend was kind of slow, other than I'm trying to get together a stereo system for my truck, because I always got to have the bumps in the truck. No, I had all the stuff for my F-150. The stuff I said was in my closet waiting for me to complete in the old truck for a project is now going to be the going to go in the new truck, almost like it was meant to be. I'm not doing too bad. Other than this memory shit, I ain't kidding you. I don't know if it's like I don't think it's normal. I'm getting some really bad absent-mindedness. It's starting to creep me out a little bit. Might be because of the prescriptions I'm on. I am not too sure what's going on. I don't really have the money to go get it checked out either because it's too expensive to get it looked at. So I guess I'll just have to die when it's that time. I'll just keel over because hell, I can't afford to go get X-rays done. My one doctor's after me about X-rays, and last time I had X-rays done, they charged me $300 fucking dollars, and I'm like, I don't. That. What happened to the good old days when it was only like $80 or something for damn X-ray, $80 a shot for X-rays. Now it's like $150 apparently because I had 2 shots done. Charged me $300. Well, that's after insurance. They took some from the insurance too, which is absolutely fucking crazy. It's $150 every time they go like this. Click. I wish I could. I wish I could charge that. My last system in my truck was a all Rockford Fosgate, and this time around, I'm going with a brand that used to be really good back in the '90s, and I don't know if they're still any good anymore. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of brands that of stereo systems that used to be good that aren't good anymore. Perfect example was there used to be uh, there was a company that still exists, but they were bought by a different company. It's called Lanzars. Used to make some real. The new Lanzars might as well be pyramids, or what I think. I think they still make pyramids, but pyramids were like bottom of the line back in the day, and so. But I'm going with all Serwin Vega, and Serwin Vega still makes good home audio. I don't know about their mobile audio. Hell of a research because of motorcycle audio, believe it or not. Uh, because Certain Vega makes Diamond Audio, and Diamond Audio is making a big stinking motorcycle audio business. That's who. One of the I have a Cerwin Vegas set of Cerwin Vega 6.5s as my lowers on, and one of the they have they used to be just a tweet here. Now it's a whole like a box for your tweeter because I don't want to try to be a with anything tweeters, I believe, and you put a coil in there to help flatten the inductance. So basically, if it's a four-ohm speaker, it has curves, right? And it doesn't stay 4 ohms when it plays different frequencies. The frequencies change. The impedance. Okay, so they put the coil in there to avoid the peaks and valleys to try to make it as flat as possible. At any rate, one of them was bad. So I got a hold of the company in California. Says, what do I got to do to buy a new tweet? Oh, I thought the tweeter was buy new tweeters. And they give me a PO, and I says, with a tweeter on there. And I was like, wait a minute, give me 2. I said, why not? I'll just keep an extra one. Tweeters is one of the things, especially horn tweeters, blow a good bit because they're kind of harsh and they're loud. And what's up, Lee? And they said, I told them crossovers are bad, and they mailed me some crossovers, and they were Diamond Audio crossovers. That's how HardWire found out that Soren Vega makes Diamond Audio. And they were exactly the same. Which I've also heard a lot of companies, car stereo and motorcycle audio alike, are getting good at buying basically unlabeled Chinese or whatever stereos, crossovers, and slapping their name on it. DS18, if you've ever heard of them, they're good about that. They buy or sell rebranded Chinese crap. Not saying the DS18 is really horrible or anything. I've got some on my bike. They're not too bad. High end by all stretches of the imagination, but they aren't bad. They aren't terrible. I'm not gonna not like bash them or anything. I wish I had money that I could afford like who makes cicada. I'm sure they're probably made by somebody, but I wish I could afford a fancy high dollar amplifier. But holy fucking shit! Have you seen how much them fuckers cost? Holy shit, Polly. Man, motors. They're just they see Harley Davidson owners as dollar signs. Man, holy shit! Some of them, dude. I bought a set of 6x9s. They're 6x9s, and that's lower tier. Okay, they got some that are like $1,000 fucking, and that's not even the high tier ones. I'm like, holy fucking shit, that's crazy, man. They got some seriously crazy expensive motorcycle audio shit. I ain't kidding. And I got eight speakers on my bike, and no subwoofers because I think subwoofers are just a waste of money. Like they're good if you're. I've got 8 speakers on there. You could hear it. I've got a ton of fucking power. You can you could hear it off going down the freeway. I can go 100. But if I'm with a bunch of other bikes, at about 80, I start losing it. I can barely hear it. If I know what the song is, I could, I'm like, I could pick it out, and jam to it. But other than that, it sounds like mumbling if I'm not sure what the song is. Uh, all join me today. I didn't mean to give you a bit of electronic science lesson. There was a point in time when little HardWire's life that he was really into car audio and thought that was going to be my venture into life. I was going to get into car audio because I just liked it so much. Something about, I don't know, I'm probably the only one on the planet, but there's something about a subwoofer sitting there bouncing. I find it hypnotizing and I love it. Watching this subwoofer bounce. I don't know why. This was maybe I just liked it much when I was younger and into like stereos. Made me half deaf today, thanks to them loud stereos, but I still like them. I don't go as crazy as I once did. I got truck. This new iteration, it's a crew cab, so it's got a little bit more space. It's going to have 2 12s, and I'm putting Surin Vega speakers all the way around. Already got a sub amp at Surin Vega. I got a stereo, little four channel amp to amplify all the rest of the speakers. Uh, and it's a Surin Vega. I have a DSP slash CAN bus, the Rockford Fosgate DSR1 on my bike. I'm going to have removed from my bike because it's going to go in my truck because it has the computer setup that works with the computer. I think camping's about done for the year. I'm gonna try to get in adventure before my birthday, at the end of October, and winterize it and be done with it for the year. Keep blowing out stock speakers, well, then get better speakers. I got a pile of speakers out in my garage because I kept changing my mind what speakers I wanted. I put one in, I'm like, I don't like them. So I put another one in, and I'm get something else. It's gotta be better than that. So I got a bunch of speakers out. I got some JBLs. I used to like JBLs. I was a fan. Uh, JBLs, and see, I got a couple of speakers that are made by I think they're called Epic speakers. They're made by, damn it, I'm forgetting, Arts Express, I think it's called, or the place that sells all the stereo and speaker equipment for home audio. But they venture into some car audio. And I bought these ones that they're 7-inch speakers, because 7-inch speakers are hard to find. But Hog Tunes made a set of lowers that were 7-inch, and I replaced them with these fuckers, and they're almost like subwoofers. And they were pretty damned expensive. And then I put them in, rode around a little bit, took them right out. So I keep thinking what I'm going to end up doing is building a box, home stereo box or something, and putting all these speakers. I guess so many speakers. We'll do wiring series and make them 8 ohms and hook them to home stereo. I've made some pretty damn good home stereo speakers, and you can do it. It sounds good if you do it right. Drag my trailer all the way to Texas. Not this year. My house is broke, and I may be broke forever now that my new truck. I found out, I got this new truck payment. It's hefty. It's hefty for me anyway. Yeah, $87 or something. I'm scared of that. I may not be as afraid of it once I make a few of them, but oh, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. My old truck payment was only $430 or something like that. So yeah, I'm sweating. It's a lot more. Uh, I'm thinking what I did with one of my old vehicles I had is I had for a year and then payments down. That's probably what I'll end up doing with this truck. Yeah, still around. They still make Jensen still makes stuff, but that's lower end, lower tier stuff. Like there used to be Pyramid. Piles weren't considered all that bad, but now they're considered like generic. If you get online, Pile makes everything. Pyle. They make everything electronic, and it's all real cheap. And you get some that aren't like too horrible if you shop. If you know what you're looking for, that's kind of the key. Like Pioneer got a bad rap for a long time. I like Pioneer. Pioneer makes some good stuff, but why Pioneer got a bad rap? Because Pioneer makes crappy stuff and they make high end stuff. A lot of people got a hold of the crappy stuff and just said Pioneer sucks, and that's not the case. You kind of with Pioneer, you get what you pay for. They got some cheap stuff that's not so good. They got some high end stuff, and if you get into some Pioneer, you just got to know what you're looking for. It depends on what you're buying. If you're buying speakers, you make sure you look at the RMS wattages. When it comes in the land of the poor stereo buyer like me, you got to really pay attention to what you're. And the high end audio stuff, that's pretty much all high end. You're getting good shit. It doesn't even matter. You just buy it. And people, I got into an argument with somebody online about it. They was bitching that some of these amps don't put out what they say, and they've been doing that for forever, doing that forever. Just because it says 1,000 watts doesn't mean it's gonna put out 1,000 watts, and if you think it will, you haven't been around audio for very long. They've been saying they've been rating amplifiers by peak watts forever, and medium and lower end, even some higher end, they still do it. But now, like Cicada and all them, if it says 1,000 watts, they rate it, they call it what it's rated to actually put out an RMS wattage. And now, or they're garbage. Now, you just pay attention to what you're buying. Don't look at what it says it's put, what it's called. Look at what it puts out when you buy it. Yes, continuous wattage, no RMS wattage is the same thing. RMS is root means squared is what it means. And there's actually damn it, I took electronics in school. See, it's point 0.7. I can't remember. It's like trying to remember like pi to a bunch of digits. It's like point 0.7 of the peak wattage, and you get really some really low end stuff. They used to. I don't see them do it so much anymore. But it would say 1,000 watts, and it doesn't even. It's not even rating it at RMS wattage. It was rating it at what they call peak to peak wattage, which is double what most even cheap amps would rate them at. Because any, I just feel a sine wave or an audio wave goes like this. It's like I'm trying to draw it where I don't have a bunch of shit like this. And your RMS wattage is right about in here. Your peak wattage is up in here. And then they also have what they call peak to down here at from the peak all the way to the other. Oh God, I miss drugs. No, it's yeah. I shouldn't probably say too much on air, but I gotta quit taking the weed gummies for a while because it's about what the test is. So then when I get tested, it'll be off to the races again for a little bit. I think it's so dumb. Donald Trump was talking about rewriting federal laws about marijuana, and when they do that, that's when the work restrictions will finally come off of marijuana. State restrictions, they won't do. They don't care. Companies will still test you for marijuana. Whenever they make it legal federally, that's when it'll start coming off. But the thing is, companies can tell you can and can't do almost anything they want. Just like I used for some reason there are companies out there, and I think that's absolutely crazy. There are companies out there that'll tell you can't have nicotine in your system, and they'll test you for nicotine. Isn't that the craziest shit ever? Test you for nicotine, but apparently I was insurance rates, which is kind of fucked up because then you can't find employees either, let alone Scar's pretty decent. I've heard in our audio market, and I only know of Scar. I've never had any of their products other than their installation. They make some pretty good install kits and stuff. You don't want to pay if you don't want to pay like fucking. I used to know kids in school that were huge Kicker fans, and I was never a fan of Kicker speakers. I don't know why. Probably because I thought it was like a pop thing for some of the kids to like them. Was never a big. They're overpriced for what you get, in my opinion. Kicker makes some good stuff too. Expensive for all the more you're buying, and Fosgate's the same way. I thought maybe they changed over the years. My last system was Fosgate, but it turned out, but you're paying than the same thing you can get in a less expensive brand. So you might as well just you're just buying a name, and that's what Kicker was. Kicker install kits are ridiculously expensive, so don't waste your fucking money on wires and stuff from Kicker. Scar makes very good ones, cheaper, and I've heard a little bit about Sundown Audio. I've heard they make some pretty good stuff. I've been hearing about there's a lot of new ones entering motorcycle audio now that they're making now they see the money companies putting in on the bandwagon for motorcycle audio. I have found good with car audio would be the best one on the planet, and then you jump into a motorcycle and you're going to be clueless for the most part because motorcycle audio is a completely different beast. It really is. I mean, you'll have a little bit of a leg up because you know what ohms are and you know how to you know what a lot of the ratings are as far as amplifiers and whatnot. Yeah, that's like there's a lot of rah-rahs out there that's with I found out, especially people I found annoying that were kicker guys. "Oh, kicker this and kicker that, and kicker's the best, blah, blah, blah." Same thing goes for motorcycle audio and cicada. There are a money on anything else. It's garbage, blah, 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 blah. There's a ton of them guys out there. And it's almost enough to like really make you mad because you can't even go out there and ask an honest question on any of these motorcycle audio forums without any of these assholes jumping on there and telling you, "Oh, you can't buy this, you can't buy that, blah 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 blah. That's garbage. That's garbage. You got to buy cicada. Don't waste your money on anything else. It's got to be that." There's a pile of them motherfuckers, and I won't deny that. From what I've seen, they make some pretty good shit. But holy fucking shit, are you going to pay for it? If you pay to come down off your fucking high horse and go to a little bit lower tier, but buy their really good stuff, you'll find that you got something better anyway. So you might as well, yeah. Fuck you. Into quite a few arguments with people that didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. Uh, Although there is one of them motorcycle audio forums, an installer on there, and I got into a little bit. I started getting into a little bit of argument with him, and then I started saying, "Well, you don't know what you're talking about." And then he goes, "Yes, I do." And then he said, "I knew about that." And he started telling me, "Okay," and trying to simplify things. He said most people don't even know that, so I can't even talk like that. I realized, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's a pretty smart guy. I can't remember what his name is. I would give him some credit, but I can't remember what his name is. But he's really smart. Uh, guy, or a dark skinned brown guy. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference. Very smart guy. Or he had a really good tan. Fuck, I don't know. But he was a smart guy and he knew what he was talking about. I just can't afford to pay somebody a bunch of money to install stuff. I would love to go out there and throw money down his toilet. But some people, man, it's yes, I appreciate the fact that he has all that knowledge, but you're talking about stereos. It's something that's not that hard to get educated on yourself. And stereos aren't that nearly as angering as, say, mechanic. I get so frustrated and pissed off working on mechanical shit that I would rather pay somebody. I usually end up doing it myself, trying to do it myself. I can't afford it. But if I could, that'd be the first thing I'd pay somebody else to do because I hate it. I hate doing it. But car stereo stuff and motorcycle stereo stuff, it's not hard to install it. It's not hard to put in. It's not hard to buy good things. The hardest part about it is getting somebody to know what you're doing. I started looking into it, started studying it, and I got frustrated, and I said, "Fuck it, I don't have time to sit there and learn so much about once on my bike, and then that'll pretty much be it." Because I don't do motorcycle audio is not my thing, and I don't want it to be my thing. I don't want to learn how to do mechanical shit because on my bike, you know why? Because then every motherfucker on the planet wants you to work on their bike, and I don't want to work on nobody else's bike. They find out I work on my own shit, they start going, "Oh, well, you know how to do this, you know how to do that. Hey, why don't you do mine?" I don't wanna, because I don't even wanna do mine. But I have to, so I do sometimes, you know? I apologize for going down a rabbit hole, turning red. Yeah. You could if you could see through the glasses, you could see the frustration that I've been. If you've watched my channel over the last year, you might have heard me talk about some of the things I've done and been through. But hey, it's all about learning. Don't waste your moldy money. Learn how to do things yourself. I was one of them guys where at one point in time I paid everybody to do everything. I didn't want to do shit. But I'll tell you what, it's an experience, it's learning, and some things I don't mind doing. And then there's other things that I really don't want to do. Hey, what's happening, Code? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. Yeah, I forgot where I was at. See what I mean about the memory thing? I'm starting to think that, like, I worry that I'm going to end up. I've known a few people with liver problems the memory goes because the liver pumps toxins into your system. Then you get foggy in the head and your memories and shit goes. And I've seen it from my mom for firsthand. Uh, and I worry that might be what's going on with me because I thought that before though, and did have a head injury when I was younger. And I worry that some of that's catching up with me, and it probably will. And they told me I had a stroke at one point. When they did one of the MRIs a couple years ago. They said, "You know, you had a stroke." I said, "No." I said, "I didn't know I had a. Didn't have no. Didn't have no stroke." Yeah, you did. I'm like, never had no symptoms of a stroke. They said, doesn't matter. They said, "You know, you can have a stroke and never know you did." I said, "Oh, well, that sucks." But I always told my third wife she was going to drive me to a stroke. She probably did. Because she used to stress me the fuck out. She was a crazy one. Just think about the worst possible thing you could possibly imagine that somebody would ever do to you, and then that's what she'd be doing. I shit you not. I'd be like, what's the worst possible thing she could be doing? Nah, at the time I was like, nah, she wouldn't be doing that. Yep, she was doing it. You could possibly imagine. If you could think about it and you thought it was a real shitty thing to do to a person, that's probably what she was doing. I don't know. I felt like she'd get got off on it. I don't know. And not a damn lick of remorse for certain people. Didn't give a fuck. It's like, don't you fucking have a heart inside that thing? Look at somebody, tell them you love them. How in the fuck? I don't understand. It's like, you could feel sorry for a. I don't know. Now I want to say feel sorry for a dog, but I've seen her not feel sorry for a dog too. So I don't know. The woman was I had a it actually took a therapist to tell me you will drive yourself crazy trying to put logic to the illogical. Don't do it because you will. You will drive yourself absolutely crazy trying to make sense of things that don't make sense. Some things people do make no sense. Never be able to put logic to something that's illogical. A lot of sense. So now I just don't. I don't. I don't try to do it anymore. To when it comes to people, she's turned into a meth head. I found out. I don't know about that, but not because she's uh, I had her when I found out she was a meth head. We were still hanging out a little, playing why. No, I was single too, and then she sat there and just absolutely swore up and down, meth ain't that good. It feels good, and it's blah 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 blah. Blah, blah. I said, I don't care how hard you try, you're not gonna get me to do it. I'm gonna do it. I've seen how many lives it can destroy and what it can do to people, and I've got no desire to poke my finger into that water. No, thank you, and I will not. There are bad things, but never. I've always been fortunate enough. Ne- I never wanted to try anything with a needle, and I've never wanted to smoke anything stronger than marijuana. I won't say people fine. So I guess that's more of a on your mentality or how beer can fuck some people up. Okay, I've seen beer destroy some people. Okay, all depend. Some kind of depend on your inner ability, I guess, to not have kind of addictive, maybe an addictive personality. I guess I drank a lot. I mean, quite a bit when I was younger, but I never. For me, it was more of a social thing. It was never about drinking or getting drunk or anything like that. It's just I felt like I just didn't want to sit at home. I wanted to go. I wanted to be around people. I wanted to do things, and drinking was a part of it, I guess, because I live in one of them places where a bar is about the only fucking thing to do. There isn't every fun thing that's ever fucking been around here. The cops close it down, or somebody from one of the cities comes down here, and I mean that's the kind of place I live in, and that's typically what happens. What's up, Mike? You just wake up from a nap? Oh, that reminds me. Hey, I haven't sheeted. I must be constipated. Uh, well, if nothing else, the Hitting It with Hardwire show is always we bullshit a lot, and I flap my gums, and I'm glad somebody listened. Or attempt to anyway, or it might be a good show to have on in the background while you're doing other things. Usually, I don't mean to be like act like I'm not paying attention sometimes when I'm on the next show, but I'm literally at work, and sometimes I'll pop in and say, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" And then I'll shrink the window way down small and set it on the corner of my desk, so nobody knows I'm listening to it, or whatever. And there's some days when nobody's really around, everybody's on vacation. I'll sit there and I'll fucking be yapping. It all depends. It depends on how busy we are, what time it is. That's one of them things. But I don't mean to seem like I ignore anybody. We Everybody that's on my channel is guaranteed to be on the next channel already, because that's where I met everybody for the most part. That's where rang I wrangled all of you in here. I fished you in here, suckers. No, no. I really hope that I get a chance to meet most of you. I really do. All of you seem like you'd be real cool, and I've been making an adventure. I was hoping more people would come to Mike's, but I know how it goes, man. I planned a lot of parties. You invite 100, like 10 show up. Just how it goes sometimes. And that's kind of why I kind of like tried to push a little harder for Mike to advertise it earlier. That way, people, because for a lot of people, that's a big thing to plan for, because it's a long way to go. So you got to really put it out there early so people can get their vacations planned, get work vacations scheduled and everything. Because you on vacation time now, blah blah blah, this and that. So I was just always on there trying to like advertise it. I think it was a while before Mike decide whether or not he wanted to do it. uh, but at any rate, I feel like I've yammered on long enough for today. It's a it's a Monday. I've had worse Mondays, but it still feels like a Monday. I appreciate everybody stopping in, and I will shit you one more time. Don't think I'm ever in ya. I'm not shitting you. I know what I've been talking about, yo. I don't shit nobody. I love all of you. I really do. I hope I get a chance to meet more of you. Hopefully, I don't croak anytime soon. Hopefully I got at least a few more years left in me, and I get a chance to do more traveling around. Get a chance to really appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. Thank you so much for stopping in. If you want to donate money, let me show you if I could find the button. Where's the button? There you go. If you want to send money, send it there. That's for the progenitor of the insane Mikey Ball, who started this big family, and we appreciate you. We love you. If you want to send some money, send it to him. I don't do this for money. I'm not even monetized. Even if I get monetized, if I make a couple bucks here and there, will never be more than enough to pay for my StreamYard or Canva or all the things I got to use to make the shit. I might have to start dropping a few now that I got that big truck payment. But I'll still keep coming and talking to all of you. This is the only way. It's almost like being pen pals, I guess. It's the only way we get to communicate. I actually meet a lot of you and get your phone numbers and we can bullshit and whatnot. I appreciate all of you. God bless you. I love you, and try to stay being good, or if you're bad, be good at it. Right on. I'll talk to you later next week, Sunday or Monday, probably Sunday. I'll let you know when I get closer to it. Y'all have a good week. God bless.
Hittin' it with HardWire, we're burning it bright. Living on the edge, we'll ride through the night. No fear in our hearts, just the roar of the steel. Together we rise, now this life feels real. Yeah, held a new path on that twisted black line. A YouTube dream where his past can't confine. With every rev, he's reclaiming his soul, teaching the world how to ride, how to roll.